For decades, the People's Liberation Army Air Force, PLAAF, has relied on the H-6 bomber, an aircraft essentially derived from the outdated Soviet Tupolev Tu-16 design, which first flew in the 1950s. While the H-6 has undergone continuous modernization in avionics, weapons, and navigation systems, it still carries the inherent limitations of its Cold War-era design. In the context of the accelerating development of modern military technology, it is clear that the H-6 is no longer capable of meeting China's ambitions as a nation, seeking to rival the United States as a global power. This impetus gave rise to a major project that has for years been both a mystery and a center of speculation in the defense world: the Xi'an H-20 stealth strategic bomber. This aircraft is touted as not simply an update or upgrade of the H-6, but rather a quantum leap in Chinese air defense technology. If successfully realized as expected, the H-20 could be a decisive factor in shifting the geopolitical balance, particularly in the Indo-Pacific region where the rivalry between China and the United States is intensifying. The H-20's most prominent advantage lies in its flying wing design, closely resembling that of the legendary US B-2 Spirit bomber. This design is not merely an aesthetic choice, but the foundation of the aircraft's entire stealth capabilities. The absence of vertical surfaces like tails, which typically reflect radar strongly, makes the aircraft much more difficult to detect by enemy radar systems. In addition to its sleek, aerodynamic shape, the H-20 is believed to be coated with special radar-absorbing materials and designed to reduce its infrared signature. This allows the aircraft to penetrate enemy air defenses, even those equipped with the most sophisticated systems. Unlike older supersonic bombers that relied on speed, the H-20 emphasizes range as its primary advantage. According to various estimates, it can fly over 10,000 kilometers without refueling. With this capability, China, for the first time, has the means to strike targets far beyond East Asia. American military bases in Guam, Hawaii, and the mainland United States are no longer locations that are too far for the H-20 to reach. For years, the PLAAF has often been viewed as merely a regional air force, limited to operations within China's borders, the East China Sea, and the South China Sea. The H-20 will radically change that perception. With its exceptional range, it will symbolize the PLAAF's transformation from a local power to a global air power. Moreover, the H-20 will strengthen the credibility of China's second strike nuclear capability. If a first strike nuclear attack from land-based missiles or submarines fails, the H-20 can serve as a backup pillar for an airborne retaliation. This aircraft will complement China's so-called nuclear triad: intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, ballistic missile submarines, SSBNs, and strategic bombers. However, the H-20's capabilities extend beyond the nuclear realm. It is expected to carry a large payload of conventional weapons, including long-range cruise missiles and even hypersonic missiles. With such an arsenal, the H-20 will pose a real threat to aircraft carriers, military bases, and even the vital infrastructure of adversaries. Despite its ambitions, the H-20 project faces significant challenges. The global defense community still questions China's ability to match or even surpass the technology long mastered by the United States. One key issue is engine technology. Stealth bomber engines must not only be powerful but also have low heat emissions to avoid detection by infrared sensors. China is still struggling to create a high-tech jet engine that can match the standards of Western-made engines. Furthermore, radar-absorbent materials and coatings are critical. Successful stealth is not just about form, but also the quality of the materials used. The coatings must be able to absorb and deflect radar waves without compromising the aircraft's performance. The integration of modern avionics from sensors and satellite communication systems to electronic warfare also demands complex technological sophistication. Therefore, while the H-20 is expected to be a quite lethal aircraft, many analysts believe it will still fall short of the B-2 Spirit, let alone the latest generation of the American B-21 Raider, which has combined decades of experience in stealth technology and global operations. Like other major Chinese military projects, the budget details for the H-20 are closely guarded. However, observers estimate its development costs to be astronomical, though likely lower than similar projects in the United States. For comparison, the US B-21 Raider bomber is estimated to cost around $700 million per unit. The funds allocated for the H-20 go beyond the aircraft itself, but also include research and development, R&D, the construction of specialized infrastructure such as storage hangars, maintenance facilities, and supporting logistics and weapons systems. The fact that China's military budget continues to increase annually demonstrates Beijing's serious investment in this ambitious project. In other words, the H-20 is more than just an aircraft. It is a national strategic project with the full support of the Chinese government, both financially and politically. Speculation about when the H-20 will be unveiled to the public has long been rife. Some reports suggest it might be showcased at a major military parade or international air show. However, while a public debut could be imminent, experts estimate that the H-20's full operational capability won't be achieved until the 2030s. The debut is believed to be more than just a technological exercise, but also a political maneuver. By unveiling the H-20, China is sending a strong signal to the world that it has entered the exclusive league of strategic stealth bombers, a club that, until now, has only been occupied by the United States and Russia. If all expectations are met, the H-20 could become Beijing's trump card on the global stage. Its presence will force other nations, particularly the United States and its allies, to reassess their air defense systems, sparking a new chapter in the global military technology race. To date, the H-20 remains shrouded in mystery. However, the world knows one thing for certain. When this aircraft finally appears, it will be a visible symbol of China's ambition to challenge the global air dominance that has been held by the United States for decades.